Coronation Street's Ed Bailey's addiction problems spiral out of control. Spoilers released by ITV for next week's Coronation Street show that Ed Bailey is struggling to cope as his gambling addiction takes over his life. Coronation Street's Ed Bailey, played by Trevor Michael George, slips deeper into debt and despair next week as his gambling addiction continues to impact his life hugely. Spoilers for the show released by ITV show that the arrival of his father on the street only serves to highlight his problems. He hasn't been looking forward to the arrival of Granddad Sarge, Ram John Holder, due to their difficult relationship. When he arrives earlier than expected, it throws Ed and only serves to compound his anxiety, especially when his brother Ronnie, Binta Morgan, proposes a family meal out and says they'll pick up the tab, oblivious to Ed's financial struggles. Backed into a corner after taking out a payday loan, Ed scans the racing pages, desperate for a win to get back on top of things. He is unable to relax and enjoy the family gathering in the bistro, as he is also surreptitiously watching the racing on his phone, hoping that his horse will come in. As he anxiously watches the race, Sarge makes continual digs at him about his business brain. DD's, Chanique Sterling Brown, new boyfriend Joel, Callum Lil, is confused, but she explains that Sarge is unaware that the real reason they lost their previous home was Ed's gambling. He believes it was down to his bad business decisions. Meanwhile, Ed loses the bet and panics as Ronnie pays for lunch, telling him that he can give him half later. Completely broke, he is forced to tell Tony that he can't pay him and admit that he's a gambling addict and has lost all his money. He begs Tony not to say anything, but will he agree? Back at the Bailey house, Sarge is making himself right at home and Ed is far from happy about it. Eventually, his real motive for visiting comes to the fore when he confesses his business is struggling and he needs to borrow £2,000. Unperturbed, Ronnie assures him that he and Ed can lend him the money as Ed's panic heightens at the thought of another financial commitment.